Hi, everybody. Craig here. Welcome to episode 28 of my 3 versus 5 Age of Wonders 3 playthrough series. In this series, myself and 2 AI teammates set to Lord difficulty are up against a team of 5 AI set to Emperor difficulty. In this series, I'm playing as the Frostling Theocrat, Falsor Frostscroll. In our last episode, we managed to get ourselves in a pretty good position here, and I'll just pan over to Zlasor's throne here. We managed to locate it underground. So here's Zlasor's throne city, the city of Anisons. And again, just kind of long story short, but a number of episodes back, we captured Zlasor's original throne city, and he has since then had to move underground. And here you can see it's guarded by a number of outlaw units, and then Zlasor himself, along with one of his heroes here, a Lizardman sorcerer. So we've located it, and we've got Falsor leading a very powerful stack, including a number of these very strong earth elementals, as well as a newly acquired Lizardman Theocrat hero with a Draconian Infernal. So we've got a pretty good army ready to siege the city. And so basically we've got Zlasor kind of on the ropes here. And then in regards to our other remaining opponent, Xerte the Sleek, that's our Draconian Rogue opponent. If we zoom out in the Shadow Realm, you can see that we know where 1, 2, 3 of Xerte's cities are. Maybe even 4, actually. Yeah, there's one here and one here. So the question is really just which of those cities is the throne city. And so once we know that, we can then send our remaining forces here. We've got Ultmar, the Frostling Warlord, leading a pretty good stack. Got a few other miscellaneous units here. Previously were led by another hero that unfortunately was killed off. We do, of course, have our Dwarf Warlord, and we also have our fairly newly acquired Human Warlord as well. So we've got a pretty decent army ready to take on Xerte once we learn where the throne city is. And of course, this city, Slurm Thigh, was just captured last episode as well. So really, we're in great shape. We're going to try and see if we can wrap this game up nicely. But again, I don't want to get too ahead of myself. Now, before I jump into the episode, I did just want to give a couple of quick shoutouts to a few individuals who left some excellent comments on the previous episode. The first of those comments is from Dr. Death. Dr. Death pointed out that the battle for Zlasor's throne should be winnable given that the army that I have versus the army that Zlasor has. And I agree. I think that's pretty much should be a done deal, barring any catastrophe. Dr. Death also suggested checking to see if the Herald gets an Explosion on Death ability, pointing out that now that the Herald of Winter is part of Falsor's group, it does have Resurgence, and so I could use it a little more aggressively. Let's just see. Okay, so it looks like at elite rank, that's the gold medal, it does get explosive ice death, meaning that when it dies, it'll create a little frost explosion around it. So I don't have it yet because it's only at trooper rank currently, but just a good thing to remember. And were this game to continue quite a bit further, if I could get that Herald up to gold medal rank and then keep it with Falsor, I could use it as sort of a kamikaze-esque unit to go into a ton of damage, and then as it's dying, suck in some units and do some big damage that way as well. So really good point there from Death. Also had a comment here from Mr. Don't Carify. Mr. Don't Carify had left a couple of comments just kind of talking about elemental resistance, and actually we will go back to the underground again. Talking about elemental resistances and what would be best for this upcoming battle. We're going to be fighting mostly these outlaw units, and as you can see, they do fire damage primarily. They have a little bit of frost weakness and fire protection. These are the nomadic outlaw units. So the good news is my earth elementals are fully immune to fire damage, which is fantastic. They're also fully immune to frost, and then they have 40% physical. Now, their weaknesses are to blight and shock. The good news is there really isn't going to be any of that damage coming my way. You can see here that the Lizardmen units tend to do frost and spirit, and that goes right along with Gladden. Another individual had left a comment is Gladden. Gladden pointed out that the Lizardmen generally do spirit and frost damage as their sort of racial elemental damage types, and the Lizardmen themselves tend to be weak. Let's take a look to here. You can see it, frost. So this one has some frost protection. But as a Lizardman, there's an inherent frost weakness, and that goes along with their kind of mortal enemies being the Frostlings. So really, I should be in very good shape here for this battle in terms of my resistances. Here you can see the Lizardmen Water Seer, which again does frost and spirit damage. really I should be in fantastic position. And again, my Earth Elementals don't have any weakness or protection from Spirit, but they're immune to Frost and immune to Fire, so this should be a very, very good battle for me. So just great points there from Mr. Don't Carify and from Gladden for kind of pointing at all the elemental resistances. And just, it's always good to keep those in mind when you're going into a battle, especially a siege, right? All right, well, as always, a big thank you to everybody for the excellent comments and suggestions. And without any further ado, let's jump in because I am just itching to see if we can wrap up this series as we are getting very, very tantalizingly close to what I think is coming to the end here. All right, so our turn is more or less, I think, kind of, just starting or at least underway here. We have full casting points, so it's probably best if we try the siege now while we have full casting points. We could summon this Earth Elemental, but I'd rather have the max casting points just in case we need it. So what I'm going to do here, I think, is I'm going to engage this battle. And I think it's great to just start off with this, quite frankly. Let me just see if there was anything else here. No, there's nothing else really of note in the sidebar. So yeah, let's engage it and see if we can bring this to an end. So it's saying closely matched. And I mean, the point is well taken because these Outlaw Watchmen are very, very tough units. They're very strong Tier 3 pikemen. And the Oil Occultist is a pretty decent support unit, Tier 3. And then, of course, the leader and hero themselves are here. So, we don't have a massive army, but I don't think he's going to be able to stop our Earth Elementals. I really don't. Remember, Zlasor is a warlord, so... Okay, throwing some fists at us. Let's see. It looks like our Theocrat hero took a bit of a beating. That's all right. So, I think what I'm going to do here... Let's just see... Yeah, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to throw a touch of faith onto this Earth Elemental. Get him beefed up as much as I can. We could do some spell casting here, throw on an instant wrath. I wouldn't mind that, actually. Maybe we'll throw it onto the other Earth Elemental just in case he tries to dispel. I don't want to stack all of my, upgrades onto one unit just in case he tries to dispel it. So... We'll throw Instant Wrath on there. This one's got the buff as well. So we're just going to go pretty aggressive here. We'll keep our Herald of Winter probably a little bit, I don't want to say in reserve, but we won't get super, super aggressive with him. And then the Shrine as well, we're going to kind of hang back a little bit. I want my Earth Elementals to really do the lion's share of the work here, I think. I think that's everybody. I'm just going to double check. Yeah, that's pretty good. So we're... Ooh, okay, a little bit of damage. Nothing we couldn't handle there. Yep, and there's that Dispel. That's what I was expecting. So I'm glad I didn't throw that on the same unit. Okay, hurling a boulder at my Shrine. Some oil bolts. Nothing we can't handle there. Man, they are just tanking that damage. And, of course, they're going to get regrowth, as you see there. And they're right back up to full health. So, these Earth Elementals are absolutely devastating once they get as strong as mine are now. Alright, so we'll just move on in. We want to get up and over that wall. Again, I don't want my Shrine getting too far in there at this stage. I will send in... Now, the Infernal does not have Resurgence. That's the one thing to remember, because it is in a stack with this Theocrat, not with Falsor. That said, if this unit were to be killed, I wouldn't be, devastated or anything like that. Wouldn't be the end of the world. So the Herald's going to go there. Now, we could send this unit in and flank here the... Let's see. So this is the Lizardman Sorcerer hero. It has a lot of health. I wonder if it has... This hero must have an item or something. Wouldn't be surprised. Oh, Thoroughbred mounts. That's why. I forgot about that. That's a pretty solid upgrade when you're a warlord. It just gives plus 15 health to mounted units, which includes heroes. It's a pretty decent upgrade for your units when you're a warlord. So maybe what we'll do is we'll wait until our Herald can get in there as well. Now for Falsor, again, we could throw on some pretty beefy spells. To be perfectly honest, I don't really think we need to. That That being said, it's not the worst idea. What I'm going to do with Falsor is just rotate him over this way. I want to keep him nearby just in case he needs to do some healing. Our Theocrat here isn't really going to be able to do a whole lot, so we'll just kind of hang out. Ooh, Vengeful Frost hitting us with a bit of damage. Well, maybe I should have sent that unit in, but the Draconian, that is. Earth Elementals just tanking damage as they do. Very, very nice. So what I might do here is maybe I'll go like this, and the Herald of Winter can fly in and hit them. Nice, and they're frozen. That's perfect. And then I'm going to bring the Infernal in and park right there in defense mode. Alright, now we can hit this Trebuchet for some decent damage, and then we can get right in here and flank the Monster Hunter for some good damage. And let's kill off this Oil Occultist. Perfect. Our Theocrat can move on over and soften him up just ever so slightly. Again, I mean, if I end up losing this hero, it's not really the end of the world, but I would prefer not to. So maybe we will get our Shrine in a little bit closer. Do a little bit of damage there. Falsor can head into the fort here. Alright, let's see what happens next. Ooh, okay, so another Vengeful Frost was used on the Draconian. So he may just get killed by the hero now. Which is fine. Ooh, yeah. Oh, you know what? And that explosion might have... Yeah, it kind of beat up my Herald of Winter a little bit. That's unfortunate. I didn't realize that Infernal was going to explode when he died like that, but that's all right. This Earth Elemental can let this Outlaw Watchman have it. Very good. And you know what? Let's rotate slightly. And there's a nice kill for our Shrine. We could finish the Trebuchet, or we could move over and flank the Watchman. I think I'd rather just get this Trebuchet out of the equation here. Well, it would be nice to get this Monster Hunter finished off as well. Let's see. Ooh, not quite enough, so we'll get the finish there. Perfect. Now the Herald could do some damage there, or just kind of melee. Boy, I would not mind maybe tying up the hero. But maybe what we do then is we... Really doesn't do much damage to them. You know what? Let's just park in defense mode. There's no sense risking him. I mean, I know he has Resurgence, but we want to keep him in the fight here, so... Just kill off those guys. Hero can't do any spell casting, so for now it's just kind of sitting there. I'm actually really glad I put him in defense there. Taking that damage quite well. Alright. So now we should be able to just move in and let this hero have it. So we'll hit him with some damage there. And then we can follow up. The Seer over here we can kill. Hang on. Between all of our units here, so let's see. We can flank over here and turn this unit around and then get the finish like that. Very good. Now, for the Water Seer, probably be good. I'm just trying to decide what would be sort of the best course of action here. You know what? Let's just go head on with Zlasor. There we go. Meanwhile, over here, let's kill off the... Yeah, perfect. And then we can blast for a little bit of damage here. Turn him around a little bit. The Shrine, on the other hand, can pop in over the wall and do a little tiny bit of damage to Zlasor there. Not so bad. Ouch. A Herald getting beat up pretty good. Again, the Herald does have Resurgence, so we don't have to worry about that. Nice. Good damage there, and this should be the kill. Excellent. And then the oil occultist here. Very nice. Good damage. Meanwhile, everybody else... Let's see. We can't use Bestow Iron Heart on the shrine, obviously, because it's a machine. Zlasor we can probably just kill right here, so let's do it. Perfect. And then the shrine can just cruise over. Help out a little bit. Falsor might be able to assist as well. Don't think we're quite in range, though. No, not quite. Alright, so we'll just kind of move over. Yeah, alright, excellent. So that's going to do it for the turn. And then they should probably just kill themselves on my... Yep, there it is. Perfect. Okay, well, there you have it. Zlasor's throne captured and Zlasor eliminated, meaning that we have kicked him out of the game. Here it is. In turn 63, you captured the throne city of Zlasor, origin of Sobek, who resided in the Void. Very, very nice. Number of items here, which we can try to figure out what to do with. So let's get Falsor over. Actually, you know what? It wouldn't be bad to maybe bring this new Theocrat in, because presumably our new Theocrat probably needs some items. So let's kind of just load up our new Theocrat here with some decent gear. Alright. Yeah, this is great. Just kind of a ready-made equipment barrage there. That's perfect. Very, very nice. Alright, and then Falsor can jump back with his stack. The Herald can move back into Falsor's group. And we'll absorb the city here. So that's fantastic. So now the big thing is going to be to get to Xurdi's domain with everybody else that we have available. One thing as well is we need to scout. We really need to scout and figure out where we need to go. So what I'm going to actually do probably is start sending some units over just to get an eye on what we're dealing with. Shadowstalkers and Fire Elemental coming out of this city makes it a likely candidate. We do have a stack over here that is doing some scouting for us as well. So it would be great if we could just send a unit over. I just don't really want to, you know, throw a unit away necessarily, but, you know, as nice as it is to have an Earth Elemental, maybe I should switch this up and instead summon a Cherub. Use that as a scout. So we could go right here. Fly this way. Let's just go right in there and see. Oh, okay, perfect. Wow, I'm really glad I did that. So here you can see we've got the Throne City. Usix, the Throne of Xurdi the Sleek. All right, so what are we dealing with? We've got 2 Makai. These are Tier 3 Elemental units. Pretty nasty melee fighters. A couple of Succubi. Got Draconian Dominator, very powerful. Yeah, it's quite well defended. Xurdi isn't here, and I seem to recall Xurdi being spotted somewhere up in this area, so we do have to keep our eyes peeled and see if we can perhaps identify where Xurdi is. But this is great because we can send the bulk of our armies over that direction. So why don't we send this group for sure. We'll go over like this. We can send our... You know what, we'll send this stack as well, along with our Dwarven Hero. Now, this army is reasonably powerful, but not, you know, obscenely powerful. So maybe it's better for them to actually stay put here, kind of guard the city, and keep an eye out for if we end up getting to see Xurdi directly. Now, this group, we're going to just tunnel through the wall here, see if we can come out the other side. Yeah, there we go. All right, what else do we have here? Some festivals going on. That's always nice. All right, we've got some decent forces being created here. So let's see if we can create a little stack of units here that can go and do some damage. Got a 2 Evangelists, 3 Crusaders, and a Martyr. Not the strongest stack ever, but certainly not terrible either. Just trying to decide how best to handle this. Again, we know where Xerdi's throne is, but we do need to kind of keep moving in on all the other cities just because. So maybe we'll head out this way. I do recall this city being quite well defended, so we may need actually more help than what we've got there. So with that in mind, let's work on another Crusader. Hour of the Word is researched. That's great. We go back over here. Let's jump back to the surface and see, do we have any other units that we're potentially going to move in to help us? We did have this Tigran Exalted, who is kind of helping to guard the city of Toongale. But really, I don't think that's fully necessary at this stage. You know what? These units are all moving in to assist in the underground, but really, probably be better to try to get them into the Shadow Realm now that we've got Xerdi is the only one left, so we need to kind of figure out how to maybe get them going as well. So what I think I'll do instead maybe is head over here like this, enter there. Now we've got 2 Exalted to help out. Let's decide what our next research choice is going to be here. Prayer for the Hurt. The caster's units regenerate an additional 6 health each turn. That's not bad. Hallowed Domain. That's great if your city is coming under attack. Kind of buffs your units and debuffs the enemy. Divine Channeling just for the extra casting points wouldn't be the worst thing ever at this point. And you know what? I might just do that just because we're going to be sieging here right away, I assume. Now for Aeromont, back in our control, we can choose what we're producing. We do have a Lizardman Quarreler now. That's tier 3 infantry unit. So maybe what we do instead now, it's pretty well defended. We could get a Theocrat's Conclave going so we can get some Lizardman specific units. But, I mean, we've already got the Quarreler able to be produced, so I'm pretty happy with that. So maybe instead we just kind of, I don't know, buff the city a little bit. But really, it's pretty maxed out. It's got almost everything. We've got a ton of gold to work with, so what the heck, let's just throw on a public bath. Sure, why not? Toongale, it's right on the kind of front lines of battle here, so I think we're just going to keep cranking out the Exalteds. Because why not? Osthiel, we haven't really been doing anything with it all game. Let's just do merchandise. Hang on to all that gold we got. Nice. Okay, this stack. I think, honestly, at this point, we're probably just going to leave them be, really. So we'll just hang out there for now. All right, this group we were mobilizing to perhaps get involved in some fighting. Maybe what we'll do is we will just... I mean, they're never going to make it there in time, but let's just head over there. You know, however long it takes them to get there. We're just kind of trying to get everybody into the fight here as best we can. And this unit we can send over this way. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if Xerdi is located here, just because I remember seeing Xerdi up here somewhere. Where does this Shadow Gate go through? Okay, so it's up here where we can't quite see. This city is still independent, so doesn't belong to Xerdi at the moment. This group can keep moving, so that's good. We'll do that. We'll move them further. We want to keep them together, though. That's the important thing. Alright, that's as far as this group's going to go, so this one's going to stay put. We have this little wisp doing some more scouting underground for us. Although now that we've found Xerdi, it's less critical, but... yeah, and they're going to just stay put right there. This little guy, unfortunately, is going to wither away to nothing, but that's okay. As mentioned, it's kind of inconsequential. You know what? We can even grab that and see if we can catch up. Almost. This Herald of Winter was making it over to help with Xerdi, but I think what we'll do is we'll redirect. It's going to take a long time to get there, but... Or, excuse me, it was going to help with Zlasor, I should say, but is now going to be redirected to help with Xerdi. Meanwhile, maybe what we'll do with Falsor is try to find a Shadowgate underground? I don't know. I mean, the other option is we just go back up to the surface and try to... This hero's going to just stay put for now. Right, we had this orc flying over to join up the fight. So again, we're just going to send everybody to that Shadowgate, really. Here we got an aquatic unit doing some clearing for us. Shrine to the Fickle Mermaid, that's already cleared out. Sunken City is still available for clearing. Let's go see what we're up against. Oh yeah, we can handle that, no problem. Alright, so the biggest threat... I mean, honestly, none of these units are, like, you know, utterly terrifying, you know, against my ships, but would be probably ideal to get rid of the other ship. That would be nice. There we go. Very nice. Alright, and then it's just going to be dealing with the remaining units here as best we can. Good news is we have the fire arrows, which will help us against the undead. Trying to haunt machinery. Okay, so let's hit him with some fire damage here if we can. Very nice. Excellent. And again. Perfect. And that was so good, let's do it again. Another time. Perfect. Yep. Excellent. Nice and clean. And let's see. Ooh, look at this. A sea dragon. Summon obsidian dragon, which would be better for me if I wasn't good. Unfortunately, I'm good. But if we summon it in the city, in the domain of a city where we've got the upgrade that gives it dedicated to good, then we'd be fine. And also some knowledge. Absolutely, I'll take that. Let's check out this sea dragon. Oh, very, very cool. Brine Breath, Blight, and Frost. It's got Terror from the Deep. It's fearsome. This means that it does more damage to ships. It's fearsome. It's got swimming and flying, so that's kind of funny. It's obviously a dragon. It's got charge. It's considered a sea creature. Shadow Walker. Okay, so then just other upgrades. So it's got shock weakness, but it's got blight protection, frost protection, and fire protection. Very, very cool dragon. That is quite neat. Very happy to have it. So what we can do is we can actually send this sea dragon over to get into the Shadow Realm there. Actually, maybe it wouldn't be so bad to even check out this spot over here, like I mentioned, where we know that that Shadowgate may be located. You know what? Let's send our boats down that way. This Herald of Winter we've still got. Now, where does this Shadowgate take us? Here. You know what? That's not the worst idea. Let's do it. There we go. And then we can head through that one. You know what? Maybe we'll even send this Firstborn over. Actually, you know what? Let's just send this whole stack. We'll send this whole army over. Get them into the Shadowgate. We can even have this Crusader join in. I think that's pretty good. Alright, so that's going to do it for our turn. We will cast another spell while we can, though. We could Denounce City. I mean, it's when they are marked as heretics. That wouldn't be so bad. Let's maybe throw that on to Xerdi's Throne here if we can. Just see if we have any other good options. Yeah, now we have that Obsidian Dragon. Very, very cool unit. Tier 4 Dragon. Has Weakening Breath, which is quite devastating. But yeah, I like this Denounce City. Let's do it. There we go. And then while we're at it, why don't we work on another Earth Elemental, because they have just been so darn good for us. And again, we're going to be up against some, looks like mostly fire damage, physical, fire. Yeah, I'm not seeing any blight, so I think we're fine. So let's grab the Earth Elemental here. All right, perfect. We're going to end it there. You know, this will be a tough siege. We may actually need this other stack to assist now that I'm looking at, you know, the strength of these units. Because really, like, we've got a number of Exalted units that are pretty powerful, but they aren't super healthy at the moment. Like, they're kind of beat up. Oh, interesting. They're going to come out and murk my Cherub there. Oh, you poor, poor little Cherub. R.I.P. And they retreat back to guard their city. He's Exalted. Ooh, what else? Oh, no, our city's being sieged. Yeah, we're going to let that fall in auto combat. Yeah, not really unexpected. We didn't really leave it very well defended, all things considered, so not really a surprise. This group, again, heading over here. We will still check this out, because, again, we do need to find... Dularm has been hit by Incite Revolt. Oh, no! Oh, this isn't good. Oh, man. 2 Bone Dragons, a Spectre... an Apparition, a Wraith. I don't know if I've seen an Apparition before. It's a tier 3 unit. It's got Inflict Chilling, Inflict Despair. It's obviously undead. Incorporeal, so it's got the physical protection, blight protection, frost protection. It's got fire and spirit weakness. Okay, so it's kind of a modified version of sort of like the Wraith or the Wraith King, I guess. And then Spectre, I think I've seen before. Again, tier 3. Has Shadow Step. Yeah, dedicated to evil. That's a little scary. These Bone Dragons, though. I don't know. We might not win this fight. We're going to try it, but... I don't feel particularly great about it, unfortunately. Now, one thing we are going to do, however, is... we are going to summon the Thunderstorm to at least try to help us out a little. And we're going to try and milk a bit of... Let's see. Okay, so they can't quite get to us yet. So why don't we... What's the range on this guy? If we were to go here, perhaps. Let's see. Yeah, there. We can hit 2 units with 1 shot. I think we're still out of his range. I might have screwed that up, though. Let's see. Nope, we're still out of his range. That's fine. All right, now we want the Leviathan to spread out a bit so he doesn't necessarily get hit with the same blast. Cherub can move over there because they're going to try their breath attack on us, I'm guessing. Oh, okay, or not. Thunderstorm helping us out a little. The Galleon, we're just going to keep retreating so we can hopefully keep using our cannon shot. You know what? We might as well just retreat back and kind of spread out a little and let them keep coming to us. The longer this goes, the better, because Thunderstorm's going to keep hitting them. And we can use our cannon shot, hopefully, as well. Okay, now, unfortunately, the Spectre has got our boats here tied up. Let's turn them around, and then we can retreat back. Now, are they in a line here? They are. So that's great. Let's see if we can capitalize on this a little bit. Perfect. Okay, so we will do a blast here. There's some pretty good damage. Not so bad. Our Lord of the Deep could perhaps get in there to blast, although that frost weakness is not feeling so good. Maybe our Leviathan can step up. Ooh, big critical hit there. That was excellent. And then, you know what? I think what we'll do is we'll rotate our Lord just over here so that he's ready to kind of jump in and assist. I'm guessing the Bone Dragons are going to... Ooh, Whale of Despair. We all resisted it, thank goodness. Yes, there's that gas breath that I was expecting. Okay, thankfully our Galleon is still up and running. Thunderstorm putting in some work. Quite nice. Alright, so the Galleon is basically on its last legs here, but can at least take the Spectre out. So there we go. Banshee's about to die. I think maybe what we'll do is... I don't know. I'm trying to decide what would be best here. It'd be nice to get rid of that Banshee, but I don't want to waste attacks on it. I'd rather go for these dragons, to be perfectly honest. And Fearsome is going to have a chance to affect us, unfortunately. Alright, here's what we're going to do. Go like this. There we go. Nice. Okay, and that one's stunned. And let's kill off the Banshee while we're at it. We're going to lose the boat this turn. Yep. There it goes. Now between our... Oh, no! Oh, no, our Leviathan is panicking. That's so unfortunate. We might be screwed now. Oh, man, both our units are panicking. Can we dispel? That would be very helpful. Failed. Oh, man. Yeah, R.I.P. Leviathan. Okay. We can try again, though. Let's try another dispel. We might get lucky here. Nice. Oh, shoot. Okay, but that's kind of unfortunate. We don't have any ability to move him now. Oh, man. Okay, well, he stunned the... that's kind of funny. He stunned the Bone Dragon, and now we have full control again. Meanwhile, the Leviathan we have control of. And you know what? Let's slip away. There we go. Now he's got some health back. Meanwhile, the Lord of the Deep, I think we better just kill the dragon while we can. Yep, there we go. All right, I think we're in good shape now. Boy, that was kind of tricky. Excellent. Okay, great. Great shape there, and we can get the finish here, I think. Too much trouble. Perfect. Holy cow, that was a bit of a nail-biter at the end, but we got it done. We kept our Cherub because he did have Resurgence. We did, of course, lose the Galleon, but the Lord of the Deep and the Leviathan still in good shape. All right, well, an item arrived. Nice. Okay, a melee weapon here. I think we're probably just going to sell that off, admittedly. Yeah, so these Exalted, we're going to just turn everybody around and get them going back over this direction, I think, because really, we are going to probably need all hands on deck for this upcoming fight, I'm guessing. So we'll just kind of send everybody over, including our new Sea Dragon. Be really cool to see that Sea Dragon in action, if possible. Got two new Exalteds here. Yeah, they can fly in to perhaps provide some additional assistance. We've gotten better at governing humans. Neither upgrade's really going to matter, so we'll just take the economic upgrade. Cheaper settlers. Again, we had that domain invasion. Obviously, we lost the city. Kind of knew that was coming, sadly. We will reinforce up here at Dularm. This Incite Revolt is kind of annoying. Yeah, it really hits the morale of the city, although the city's not that bummed out. And then, let's see, we've got... Okay, nice, and we did finish another Saint, so let's get that Saint going. Right, now with this group, we might as well, since we're in the neighborhood, let's just see what we're dealing with. Ooh. Okay, I don't see a wall. Let me zoom in. Oh, no, there is a wall. Shoot. I was going to say, if there's no wall, we could take this city without too much trouble. With our Exalteds, we can get over the wall, but the rest of our units, unfortunately, cannot. So, yeah, I think we're kind of stuck. Alright, well, let's go back and think about this potential upcoming siege here. So... Altmar stack and Dwalin stack. The healing, thankfully, is really good, and almost all our units are back to full or mostly full health. So let's get in a little closer here. All right, so basically we're dealing with a stack and a half, approximately. Almost entirely Tier 3 units, though. So I'm not super confident we're going to be able to handle that with what we've got. So what I'd rather do is just bring the house. I'm going to bring everybody I've got over to assist with this one. I just think we're going to need it. And I don't really care if I lose this city. That doesn't matter. At this point, it's eliminating the throne is what we really need to do. Back here, let's see, can we... We're going to just keep making, I think, Exalteds here. That's probably the game plan. Once we have this human metropolis in our control, we're going to probably just make units there as well and send them through that Shadow Gate. Right, these ships we were potentially going to go in here and figure out what we could see. There we go. All right. We did level up our new Theocrat hero. I think I'll probably do Bestow Iron Heart. We don't have any healing ability with that hero right now, so... Now, Falsor, I was going to go, like I said, underground, but if we jump back up to the surface... I mean, we're not that far away from a Shadow Gate, so... I think I should probably do that. Just to play it safe here. So, Falsor's group is going to get over there as quickly as possible. So is our rogue here. Same thing. We're going to just head straight over to the Shadow Gate. Everybody's going to be there, you know, in a few turns, really. So if we need the backup, we have it. We got lots of joint offers. Nice. Okay, Halls did produce a hospital. I think now we can probably produce a palace here. Yeah, there it is. Grand Palace. Let's do it. That'll give us the additional casting points, which would be very, very good for us. You know what? We can even hurry that production because why not? We're super cheerful. So let's hurry it. Literally doesn't even matter. We'll have that next turn and we'll have more casting points. Oh, nice. A Haunted Vault. So now we can make Wraiths and Poltergeists, both of which will have healing. So let's get some Wraiths going, perhaps. Alright, yeah, Incite Revolt hit us. We can summon that Earth Elemental, but we may want to just keep our casting points for a battle if we're going to try it. This stack could just make landfall here. You know, we could... you know, if it wasn't for that wall, I would be tempted to try this. But with those cannons and the Frost Tank, I just don't think it's worth trying. So we'll sit there. Let's see. We'll look at what we can research next. Holy War. Fuse the souls with divine power to slay all that oppose the true cause. Bestows all devout units on the battlefield with a +10 spirit strength bonus. Yeah, we're definitely going to do that. That's a pretty rock-solid spell there. So now let's ignore the production and focus on unit movement. All right, so this group's going to go into the Shadow Realm along with this Herald of Winter. Very nice. They're going to move this way to reinforce this group, which can at least get eyes on this city. Oh, and you know what? It's pretty poorly defended. We don't really have anything to get over the walls, but next turn, I think this group will be... Oh, it's going to take 2 turns. Maybe we should just do this battle. Probable victory. Let's do it in auto combat. Oh, wow, and we lost. You know, I shouldn't be surprised because they had the wall and everything, so... Well, that was... Again, that was the stupidity of using auto combat, I guess. Alright. Let's see. We could send the Earth Elemental and the Nightshade Fairy because they are floating. We can send them over to the Shadow Gate. I'm trying to kind of mobilize everybody that I can, really. Yeah, this group, again, we have to decide. I don't think it's worth trying this siege. I mean, really, it's the Flamer, the Trebuchet, and the Succubus are the thing that are, you know, the most dangerous. Like, in terms of being up on the walls. Everything else is... And the Flamer really is not that scary, but I just don't think we're quite strong enough to take that on, unfortunately. So maybe we'll just do a little bit of exploring around the city here. Okay, now, should we try this battle? I mean, You know, it wouldn't hurt to wait one more turn, and then we'll have this hero as well. So let's just wait one more turn. We will move down like this. We're going to get ourselves in position, kind of, but then we'll wait one more turn. I think that's the smart move. Now, over here, this army, we could make contact up there, but I'm not really that. Actually, maybe that would be the smart move now that we know where Zlasor is. So we can make contact, try and make a new friend, perhaps. Yeah, so we're going to tell them to stay put. Got some gold to pick up and a new city to encounter. Negotiate. Sure, we'll sign that peace treaty. We are just rolling in cash, so why the heck not? Meanwhile, over here, you know what? Not that I don't care about hanging on to the city, but this hero isn't going to be able to do much kind of on its own, just sitting here guarding the city. It's not a good use of that hero. What I'd rather do is actually maybe send, like, the Evangelist and the Cavalry or something down there to go and help out. But we'll leave the hero there for now. And then with a couple more units, maybe we can do something. Alright, we've got this Herald. The Herald actually could go and assist on this front, so maybe we do that. It's much closer going through this Shadow Gate. Alright, this group is very, very beat up, but can still do a bit of work for us here. Get a little bit of gold, sure, why not? The Leviathan's getting pretty close to being able to go on land, which would be very nice. This group here, I think we were just going to clear out this ancient ruin, so let's do that. Enter, do some auto combat. A very nice battle where we didn't lose anybody. We got some good level ups there. We're going to just sell that for gold, honestly. And then let's hop in the water. Meanwhile, underground here. Just heading over this way, I guess. Let's take on this spawning structure if we can. And we'll let them run, sure. Glazesman, gold, scimitar. Sell that for gold. Alright, let's see here. Probably best to just keep cranking out these Saints. They've been pretty good for us here, and we're sending them kind of in to help out with the other cities. Meanwhile here, I think we'll just keep making Storm Priests. They're a pretty decent support unit. In Leicester, I mean, I guess we could start developing the city some more. I don't think it's really going to matter, but why don't we do another... Yeah, we'll get the Exalteds going, so we'll get a Celestial Chamber. The Exalteds are great because they have that, you know, increased mobility, which makes them pretty solid. We'll just make Firstborns here. Honestly, the Firstborns are excellent. We'll grab these two, and we'll send them over this way. Narm Bach. I think we're just going to do something kind of frivolous over here. Do a shrine or something, sure. Osthiel. We haven't been working on it at all. We'll just keep doing merchandise, and that's going to end the turn there. Nothing else really of substance, so we'll end it. Alright, Farnor won a battle. So I think we'll be fine now that we've got the reinforcements here to help with this fight. So between our new rogue, or excuse me, our new warlord hero moving in to help, and the additional Exalteds, I think we'll have plenty of muscle to take this fight now. I was just a little concerned with what we had, so better to be a little bit kind of over-prepared, I guess you would say. I'd much rather err on the side of having too many units than not enough. And then all we have to do is figure out where Zerti is, and my suspicion is Zerti is, like I said, in this city here. So if we can win this siege and then head over that way, that would be great. We've had a domain invasion over here. I don't know what that might have been. Probably a roaming unit, I'm guessing. We've gotten better at governing Shadow Elves. Excellent. Class-specific buildings are 10 gold cheaper, provide more mana. Shadow Elf Infused now has 1 turn cooldown on Shadow Shift. We'll do the economic. Item has arrived. Ooh, very nice. The mythical weapon item that gives you Call Lightning. That is excellent. Very, very nice item. Let's see, anything else? Festival of Light. Chiron has a quest available. Honestly, I don't really care at this point about that. We did have a few cities get absorbed, so Hamlet is now part of the Empire. Doesn't really have production abilities to produce much, so we'll just do a Theocrat's Conclave for now. Okay, great. We have Edward's Throne now absorbed. That's perfect. We can make tier 3 human units, which is pretty cool. Including a human deacon. That's kind of neat. It's like a modified priest, I guess. Has healing. Splash holy water. That's cool. Cure disease. Really, the only thing we could do is make a Theocrat's Conclave, which I don't think is even worth it. So, why don't we just do some knights? And we're going to keep moving everybody over to Shadow Gate, including our Sea Dragon. Got a new Exalted here. Move down. Might even need to build up an army, like I said, to head over. We could send this Exalted over, perhaps, to help out with this city siege. Let's go back to the surface. Alright, so this one's coming over as well. Cedron has been absorbed as well. Oh, this is one of these Shadow Elf villages here. We'll just do a Builder's Hall. It's probably not going to even matter, but... Right, now let's ignore production on most of this for now. And we'll work on our units instead. Alright, so we'll head over here. Again, we're kind of interested in finding where that Shadow Gate is. I know it's north of... There it is. Okay, there's that Shadow Gate. So now we know where that one is. So just to remind everybody, here it is here. So we know where it is. Fortunately, we don't really have any units in the area that could go through that easily, but at least we can see it now. This group, we're just going to keep moving over here. It's going to be quite a while before they get there, but we'll just keep it going. This group's heading up to assist underground a little bit. Balsor, same thing. We're just heading over. All right, this group in the water. Let's go clear this out. Little auto combat should be fine. Yep. Some pretty decent pants and a helmet of the Deep Lord. I'll just sell that for money. Some roaming units here. Take them on. Excellent. Oh, nice. Okay, our Leviathan is now gold medal, which should mean that he gets walking. Oh, never mind. He got that at silver. My mistake. So he already could go on land. So now this stack is able to go on land, which is pretty cool. I don't know if we're quite strong enough to take on these undead as they are. Okay, we revealed an unknown structure there. Next turn, we'll give it a shot and see if we can clear out that spawner. We may not be quite strong enough, but that's fine. We can try. Alright, this group, again, we are kind of maybe just waiting for some backup before we commit fully to the siege. So we'll just hang out here. Alright, so now we are ready to, I think, siege this city properly. So we just have to do some good positioning. So why don't we go here? Or actually, we can wrap around. So we'll start here. And we'll throw one of these Exalted in the stack. And then we'll go here. And we'll go here. And this Exalted could even, I guess, come around down there. But maybe we'll just siege with what we've got. That should be fine. we'll actually be leaving this unit out of the siege, which is totally fine. So let's engage it. Now, hang on. Before I do it, just in case, we're going to save, because sometimes when we get into these big battles, there's always the chance of a potential game crash. So we're going to just call this 0.5. Again, as always, the intention is never to reset if something bad happened. It would just be to reload if, unfortunately, there were a crash. So, all right, let's do it. We've got full casting points, and we've got a big army, so we should be good here. This won't be easy, though. I mean, there are a lot of very powerful units in there. And we have to deal with the wall, as always, which is going to complicate things, so... all right, so let's start over here. The White Witch can throw on Frozen Flames, and then we're just going to try and get as many of our units past the wall as we possibly can, I think, at this point. Now, our heroes can start throwing on some pretty decent buffs, actually. We've got that Exalted. I'm just looking at how good our Exalteds are. This one is quite strong, so that's... These two are very, very powerful. So maybe what we'll do is we'll step over here. We'll drop a heal on this one. I'm gonna throw on regen here because it lasts, I think, the rest of the battle. Yeah, the ability will last to the end of a tactical battle, so this unit's going to just regen health a little bit every turn. Although, it'd be better on one of the stronger Exalteds, but, I mean, that's fine. So then let's just start throwing Last Stand on a bunch of these guys, because why not? Our Crusaders are just going to go straight in for the wall, same with our Clan Guard here. The Parade Guard can charge in for the gate. Our Warlord hero can move in. This Exalted, again, we're going to cruise over. Yeah, on this side of things, Crusader moving up. Everybody's just going to advance here pretty aggressively, I think. Really, like I said, we just want to get over the wall. That's the biggest thing. Once we're in behind the wall, then we can start doing a little bit more of what we want. And we're not using any of our global spells yet. I mean, maybe we should. I don't know. Like, I don't think we're gonna need them, but you know, we could throw on one just for a little bit of, I guess you'd call it, insurance. So maybe we do that. Let's take a look. We could do a Mass Bless or a Blessing of Health. So, blesses all friendly units on the battlefield. +2 defense, +2 resistance, and 300 morale. I like this one. I think we're going to do it. Power of the Word. Yeah, that attempts to immobilize the enemy. I'm going to do the Mass Bless. I like that one quite a bit, so we're going to throw that on. Okay, because why not, right? We're sieging the throne. Probably a good idea. This guy must have got rooted or something. I don't know what happened to him. He lost all his movement. Oh, days maybe. I don't know. Anyway, he got stuck to the floor, so he can't move. Hang on, maybe we can. Oh, we can't dispel. Well, we could, but we would dispel the other effect, which we don't want to do. Again, we're just gonna get everybody up onto this wall if we can. Nice. Okay, let's park in here so that our units can actually make it in here. Hit up this trebuchet for some damage. There we go. Alright. Our Saint can advance. Altmar can advance a little bit. We don't need to get crazy with our heroes. They can mostly hang back. Same with Dwalin. He can move up slightly. Healer can move up. Same with the White Witch. Alright, I think we're in pretty good shape at this point. I can throw a debuff onto this Succubus. Sure, why not? Alright. Yeah, that Mass Bless is definitely going to come in handy. Okay, we got to pay attention to that Seduction. We can kill that Succubus. We'll obviously free up the seduced unit. It is kind of nice that they are coming out largely to face me. That's going to make things a little bit easier for me. Oh, look at this. Huge damage here. Very, very nice. And then we should be able to just get the finish, perhaps, with a hero. Ooh, not quite, eh? All right, let's get a little closer, maybe. There we go. Perfect. All right, and now the Clan Guard is back in our control. Up on the wall we go. Okay, so we've got this Succubus out there. It'd be great to put it down if we can. Nice. Our Parade Guard doing work. Very nice as well there. I wouldn't mind just maybe coming down and... I know we're going to... There we go. Got a good kill there. The Exalted can cruise on up behind and flank the Makai for some pretty heavy damage. Wow, devastating hit there. Very, very good. I'm feeling pretty good about this now. A little bit of damage there. The Exalted over here can put some hurt on this Succubus pretty solid there. Nice. Really good damage. And actually get the kill there with our Chieftain. Alright, let's see what's going on over here. So, this Exalted is in tough against a few units. Got the kill there. Fly around behind. Devastating flank and kill there. And our Crusaders up on the wall. That's big. Alright, Trebuchet, we can get the kill with our support unit. Now we are in behind their walls, which is perfect. Exactly what we wanted. Altmar can move in. We're going to get him in behind the wall as well, I think. Our Saint. We might as well just move up. Alright, end the turn there. Let's see. Okay, trying to dispel. Get some fighting in on the walls there. Our Crusader taking some punishment. This Makai needs to die. I can't remember if they explode when they die. Let me just see. Doesn't look like it. Thank goodness for that. So we can probably just get the kill like that. Perfect. This one over here needs to die as well. So why don't we make that happen? Very good. Excellent. All right, our Clan Guard is now in behind the wall. Let's see. Well, we can go for the gate, I guess. Sure, why not? Get up on the wall over here. And this group can head over and start attacking this Succubus. And let's do it again. Nice, and there's the kill. All right, perfect. So we now have control of Xerdes Throne City. So now it is just a matter... Well, actually, I shouldn't say that. There's one more unit to kill. Just move up like this. And you know what? We should be able to do this with almost just one army here, but we'll just do this in auto combat. Should be fine. Perfect. All right, excellent. So we've got control of the city. Now it's just a matter of figuring out where Xerte is. And I really don't think that's going to be super difficult. Again, we know where a few of Xerte's cities are, so let's just turn our armies around here. I think we're just going to go kind of right back where we came from, really. Kind of like this. And then, you know what? This Exalted, we might as well just head down. We can leave on the city. Back here. Let's go meet whatever this is. Oh, some undead. Okay. Probably not super happy with me, but hey, maybe they'll want to talk later. Some undead. Ooh, look at that. A Vampire Mistress. Should be able to handle this in auto combat. Yep. Sell that for some extra gold. A little more scouting over here while we can. Hop in that river. Alright, we'll regroup. And we can go and do some clearing. Again, this is just resource gathering at this point. We're just going to kind of skip through this quickly. This is a great item, but we're just going to sell it for gold. That Steel Panther. Really good for like a hero that's going to get in there and do fighting. Especially if the hero isn't a warlord. Because warlords will get martial arts by default. But I will let them run. And then this stack can maybe go and do this as well. Do some auto combat there. This group's going to just stay put. Meanwhile, everybody's going to go through this shadow gate here. And then we got to head down and see if we can capture this city. Alright, this unit was going to go through that exact same gate. So were these firstborn. And our rogue is moving in to back us up as well. Should be good. Couple of units again, just more. We're bringing the pain here as much as we can. Should maybe even go and siege this city while we're in the neighborhood. Wouldn't be the worst idea ever. Alright, that's good there. We'll beef up the defense of that city ever so slightly. Production-wise, let's just do Crusader here, do Larm. We are currently under siege, so probably some additional units to assist with that would be helpful. We've got some pretty good units here, so let's just keep doing them. Let's do Flyers. Sunlore nearby. We'll just keep cranking out Storm Priests. We'll send one of them down to assist with the... You know what we're going to do as well is we're going to send that unit over, and then we're going to use this Night Guard as a bit of a scout. We're going to go in and see if we can find... Because, again, the goal here is now to find the enemy leader, Xerte. And if we can do it before Xerte is able to relocate the throne city, that would be excellent. Narm Bok. Do a temple. Ostiel. Let's do merchandise. Back in halls. Okay, nice. We did finish that palace. Oh, look at that. We can make Frostling Einherjar. That's kind of cool. Let's see, is that... Oh, very neat. So it's like a frozen unit. Oh my goodness, it has Resurgence and Holy Champion, Strong Will. Wow, these things are super powerful. Shield, Frost Weapons. Very, very cool. But we're going to just keep making Heralds of Winter, I think. And we can summon Earth Elemental, so why don't we do that? And actually, we could summon it up here, because like I said, I suspect that this is going to be where we're going to need it. So we'll throw it here. You know what, we could even... Why don't we do this? We'll put a little army together over here. We can even send one of these units over. I mean, again, I don't care if we lose the city at this stage. What I really want to do is just find the enemy leader. So we'll get a Cherub going as well. Okay, we want to scout. Okay, there. Nope, that's not it. We'll leave our Cherub there, though, because we want to just keep an eye on what's going on. So this is just a hero. Can we do another one? We could. Okay, great. Let's just spam Cherubs until we find what we need. Just zoom out again quick. We know Klesk was taken. I doubt that Xerte is there, though. One thing we might want to check is here, because Xerte could actually be over there as well. So we'll go here, and we'll go over that way. Let's see. Doesn't look like it. Okay. Let's get another Earth Elemental going, and we will end our turn there. Sorry if it seems like I'm rushing. I'm just really excited to try to button this one up and finish off Xerte to conclude the series here. Boy, our gold income is incredible right now. This is pretty disgusting. We are very, very strong. So let's see. If we look underground, I think it's pretty highly unlikely that Xerte is anywhere underground. If Xerte is anywhere, it's probably in the mist here over somewhere between these cities. Oh, is that there? Okay, there Xerte is. We have eyes on Xerte. We now know where Xerte is. So we could try for a snipe here. We don't actually have to win the battle. We just have to get in there and kill Xerte off, I think, because the Throne City hasn't been moved yet, I don't think. I'm pretty sure that takes a couple of turns before you can do that. So maybe what we'll do is we'll just cruise in and go for the fight here, like this. Even if we end up losing, I mean, all we have to do... Now, the only thing is, I don't know if we have any combat spells that we could use to do damage. We could do Smite. Let's see, do we have any others? Smite is probably really the only one. Oh, I guess Frost Missile. We could do Frost Missile and Smite to try to kill off Xerte. See, yeah, Xerte's not super strong. Let's check out the elemental resistance. Doesn't have any frost protection or spirit protection, so I think we do that. Let's try it here. We'll throw everything we've got in, and we'll just try to send Xerte to the void. Oh yeah, we can get this unit in too. All right. I mean, this isn't going to be pretty. We're not going to win by doing this. We're not going to win the siege by doing this necessarily, but if we can kill Xerte, then the game's over. So, once again, I am going to do a quick save here, just because with the game being so huge and everything unveiled, it's very, very likely that this, this gets unstable. So we're going to call it 0.75 this time. All right, so let's do it. Again, the objective here is just to snipe the hero. It has nothing to do with the siege itself. We could care less about winning the siege. Alright, so let's see. We've got Frost Missile. What kind of damage does that do? Pretty good. So, minimum of 14 versus Smite. That's pretty good as well. Has a 55% chance to land. Alright, sure. Nice. Good damage there. You know what? We're going to probably just keep our units right where they are, honestly. Because again, the whole goal here is just to kill Xerte, so... Alright, so now we're going to drop a heal. Keep our flyer healthy. And we'll just do it again. Let's see, what are we at? Perfect! Yep, there it is. So just like that. And I'm not sure if we're frozen or not. Oh, we didn't. Okay, great. It took a little bit there to kind of load. But, so there you can see Xerte is now in the void. And victory. In turn 66, you have slain Xerte the Sleek, annihilating all opposition. So let's take a look at our statistics here. All right, well, here you can see our overall score. We had 43,000 points. But, you can see Farnor and Icorian both did pretty well. They had 16,000 apiece, so they were almost equal. Gravara was at 1,300, I guess, was the highest that Gravara got to. Burma was at 13,000. 17,000 here. Edward was really strong. He was pretty scary. When we took him out, if I'd have let him go too much longer, it would have been very hard to get rid of him. Zlasor, we really hamstrung Zlasor pretty early by taking Zlasor's throne, although that outlaw dwelling really paid dividends for him, as you saw with those very powerful units. And at the end there, Xerte had grown in the Shadow Realm really without much opposition. And I think that's what allowed Xerte to have so many cities and to be, reasonably powerful. Again, if we'd have let Xerte go much longer, we'd have had this huge army of Shadow Stalkers to deal with. That could have gotten pretty gross pretty fast. Taking a look at knowledge here. Let's see. So we are the blue. So we were actually getting really outpaced by Xerte there pretty much the whole game. Edward was outpacing us quite dramatically as well. Everybody else was kind of down low. We were kind of in the middle of that. Happiness, it's kind of all over the place. Obviously, our units were quite happy, especially at the very end there. Military-wise, you can see we were pretty much on top right from about turn 27 or so. We started doing pretty well, and we were right at the top, kind of on pace with Xerte. Edward really jumped up towards kind of turn, 47 or so, and then into turn 55, but then once we were able to eliminate him, obviously. But really, we had a huge army, especially at the very end. But we were kind of on pace with Xerte. I mean, Xerte really was quite powerful. And again, that's what can happen when you have one opponent that's in the Shadow Realm kind of with no one else to compete with, because they can just kind of take over. And then domain score, very, very similar. We were kind of right alongside Xerte most of the game. And then we kind of took off in the last, 10 turns or so. And then we didn't have seals going, obviously. So yeah, really overall, this was a very, very fun series. Again, the goal was to try to keep my two allies alive, so we kept Farnor and Icorian alive. In reality, I don't want to say I'm disappointed, but neither of them really came under attack at all. I think because of the sort of the continents, I think it was the map type, if I remember right. That kept, I think, the opponents a little bit at bay, enough for me to get my armies going and kind of, bring the fight to them and, make the front lines of battle away from the domain of my cities and my allies' cities, and keep them a bit safer. So overall, I'm just so happy with how it went. And it was a lot of fun to play. I hope it was a lot of fun to watch as well. Thank you guys for sticking with it the whole way through. What I will say is that my plan now is to probably move over to Age of Wonders 4. I know it's been a little overdue. I'm still kind of behind on that one, so my plan is to jump into Age of Wonders 4 and start a series or two of that. I'm not necessarily closing the book on Age of Wonders 3 completely. I'd love to go back to it at some point, but I think for the next little while, I'm going to take a break from Age of Wonders 3 and jump over to Age of Wonders 4. I've been just itching to get to play it, but I've had a few things going on in my personal life. I moved locations, I moved jobs, and so unfortunately, Age of Wonders 4 came out at a really turbulent time in my life where I wasn't able to really devote time to it. And so now I'm kind of settled, and I'm wrapped up my last series here, and so I think that's the plan. So let me know what you guys think in the comments, though. Would you like to see, more Age of Wonders 3 content, periodically in the future? Would you like me to kind of really focus on Age of Wonders 4, or are there any other games or, anything else you guys would like to see? As always, drop comments and let me know, because again, it's great to hear from you guys. So I'm going to wrap this one up, but as always, guys, thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and we'll see you in the next series.